Yo, you have been trying to get in shape for years. You've got in shape, then you've got out of shape. You've got in shape for a holiday, you've got in shape for a wedding. You've got in shape for some special event or occasion, and then straight away you fall and slide back to baseline. This is not because you're undisciplined. This is not because you just aren't meant to be in shape. It's because you've been following the wrong system, the wrong plan, and more importantly, you've been too much of an all or nothing guy. You probably think all or nothing is great. Oh, I'm all in or that's it. It's not. When you're all or nothing, it's exactly what the title says, all or nothing. You need a system, you need an approach that allows you to make fitness a lifestyle, because that's what it needs to be. If you want to stay in shape all year round, if you want to stay lean and you want to be looking good at the beach no matter when you go, you need to make fitness a lifestyle. Fitness is not an 8-week challenge. It's not get in shape for a holiday. It's not get in shape for the summer, then be a fat turd all of winter. That's not going to be, it's just not how you want to do things. I used to do this. This is why I was in shape, then I was out of shape. I'd get in shape because I was going to Vegas. And then I'd get back from Vegas and I'd get out of shape. I'd get in shape for Ibiza. And then I'd come home and I'd just go straight back to mud guts. Mud guts Matty. My brother used to call me Matty KG because I just was for obvious reasons. Shout out Daz. But when you adopt this system that I'm about to speak about in this video, the lifestyle nutrition system, which is the system I give to all my clients, it's exactly how I stay in great shape all year round. And this is going to allow you to get in shape, but stay in shape and stop the yo-yo. Stop the yo-yo effect. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Once you get lean, you can maintain it very easily when you follow what I'm going to talk about in this video. And not all of it is to do with the physical, like mindset, identity shifting, self-image repair, building self-trust, daily habits. The reason you've failed is because you've tried to be too strict. You've tried to eat chicken, rice, and broccoli. You've tried to just do whole food. You've tried to white knuckle your way through the week, and you get to Wednesday and you get a bit stressed and you have a fight with your missus. You have a long day at work. You have a fight with your boss, and then the wheels fall off. So you go for the beers, you go for the Palmers, you go for the Maccas on the way home, you go for KFC. You were doing so good. Monday you told yourself this was it. Wednesday the wheels have already fallen off. It's actually not your fault. It's got nothing to do with discipline. You're being too strict. The way that I teach all my clients is the lifestyle nutrition system. And it's basically this. 80% whole foods. So although I'm coming on here and I'm saying, you don't have to be too strict, you want to be eating 80% whole foods, getting macronutrients, micronutrients, eating your veggies, getting fiber in. Make sure your electrolyte balance is right, sodium, potassium, all that stuff is really important if you want to build a proper good physique. But you only have to do that for 80%. I have not missed a day of ice cream, Kit Kats, sour lollies, because I know exactly how to integrate these into my day. Because I want you to ask yourself, say if you're single watching this, say you've managed to land a date with an absolute rocket, but you're on a mission to getting completely dialed in with your physique. And you've got a coach, or maybe you've just downloaded a meal plan and it's just boring chicken, rice, broccoli, all this stuff, but it doesn't even have the macros listed. It doesn't have the calories listed. You've got no idea what you're doing. You're going in blind, but you're just thinking, as long as I follow this meal plan, I'm going to get the desired result. But then you land this rocket, you land a date with her, and you go out for dinner, and you're freaking out. You're looking like an idiot. You're going, fuck, oh, I'm on this diet, like I just don't know if I can really eat that. You end up ordering a salad and she's looking at you. She's going, what are you doing? She's getting a steak and you're getting a salad. Like, come on. This doesn't have to be the case. When you know calories, when you know macros, when you know how to use MyFitnessPal, you pre-track before you go out for dinner. You order the steak like a man should. A man should be getting an eye fillet, medium rare. Get some chips. When you track it and you allow for it during the start of your day and you leave enough leeway to fit this meal in, and then maybe even a little bit of yochi after, no one loses. She thinks you're the man. You are the man. She goes on a second date with you. You might even marry her. Who knows your luck. But this is all because you're not being a container boy anymore. You're learning to live life and still be shredded, still be jacked, still get results, and still be able to actually enjoy your life and not be a hermit, not be a social recluse. So 80% whole foods, 20% can be lollies. 20% can be chocolate. Like I said, I've barely missed a day where haven't eaten one of these, or another favourite of mine. On my first cut was ice cream with Biscoff spread melted over the top. Because you get food scales, you weigh, you figure out your maintenance, you minus off 500, 600, 700 calories off your maintenance calories, which then puts you in a calorie deficit. Now, if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose fat. It's as simple as that. That's all there is to it. So this is the lifestyle nutrition system. This is the thing all my clients follow. If they want a meal plan, I don't just give them the meal plan. I say, look, the whole point of you working with me as your coach, I don't want to have to coach you forever. A lot of coaches would love to just take the money and be like, yeah, I can keep this guy on for 2 years. He's got no idea what he's doing. The whole basis of me coaching you, I want to actually give you information that you're going to take with you after this. So you don't have to pay me forever. And you can go on the holiday and still get results and not fall back to baseline like you always do. So you can not rely on willpower to get you through the week and then you're just craving all these foods that you've been cutting out, so then you just binge. I don't want that. I want to teach you how to track calories, how to track your macros, and this is going to allow you to get amazing results and keep the results, because you don't want to be getting lean, then getting fat, then getting lean, then getting fat. It's a nightmare, because once you get lean, you can just stay lean, and it is so much easier, because then even if you do have a blowout day, it doesn't affect you because you're already lean and you get back on the horse the next day. You're a human. You're allowed to enjoy food. You don't have to try and be perfect. And then another thing that you might be saying to yourself is, oh, I got no time to train 6 days a week, so I'm not going to be able to get results. So you think that going 6 days a week to gym is the only way that you can get results. I've got clients working out 3 days a week and they're dropping a kilo a week because of this, and then because of the physique flow protocol. It's a pretty cool name, isn't it? Physique flow protocol. You just want your physique to flow. And this is the protocol that allows that. It's 3 or 4 days of training, weight training. You don't need to be training like a bodybuilder. Most of the guys that come to me, they say, I want to have the Brad Pitt Fight Club physique. You don't need to train 6 days a week. You don't need to. You're not a bodybuilder. You just want to get in 10% body fat. You want to be muscular as well, but you don't need to be massive. You don't want that, because then it fucks up your cognitive function as well. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a business owner, you eat way too much and you got way too many carbs and you just can't even think. So the Physique Flow protocol is 3 to 4 days in the gym weight training combined with a step goal. This is the magic number, 12,000 steps. You would be surprised if you're a tradie and you haven't got a watch, go get yourself a watch. You will be surprised to how many steps you do just on site. You hit 10,000 easily just on site. So then all you've got to do is hit an extra 2,000 steps when you get home. That's it. And a massive part of this that got me off the tools, because I knew that I had to get in shape to unlock high frequency, to unlock clarity, confidence, self-belief, to actually then go start the online business, which I've got now. I've got a successful online coaching business. I've got location freedom. I can travel whenever I want. I can go wherever I want. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whoever I want. I've got complete autonomy. And I knew to get that, I had to get in fucking dialed shape. And at the start, it's very difficult to hold yourself accountable. So I got a coach. That was very important. Getting a coach for external accountability. Because at the start, discipline's very difficult. But if you've got someone else keeping you disciplined, it's a very nice on-ramp. It helps a lot. The second thing was I locked in a morning routine. So I started getting up at 4 a.m. so I could go to gym before the tools. So I could also do my AM identity and alignment journaling process. This rewires your identity. This is another reason why you slide back to baseline, because you don't actually see yourself as that new version of yourself yet. You get in shape, but you're still seeing yourself as the old guy, the old version of you that falls off. That's why you got to do the identity work. AM identity and alignment, so important. I started writing about the guy who I wanted to become. And then I started taking aligned action. Every day I'd write 3 things. What would Future Matt do today? How does Future Matt talk? I started tipping at restaurants. I started to never say, that's too expensive. I started just spending my money more freely because I understand that money is energy and it flows. Currency, it's like a current of a river, it flows. So when I understood that, I started being more generous. I'd buy people things, not just for this reason, just because it makes you feel good as well and that elevates your frequency, but I would go to my favorite cafe and I'd tip them $5-10 every single time. Even if I got a coffee for $5, I'd tip them $5, give them $10 total. It's not much, but that signals to the universe that you have enough, that you've got an abundance mindset, and then what you put out will come back to you tenfold. So you start writing about who that guy is, how he acts, how he talks, what he does, like everything. This is super important. Now, that's pretty much everything that is going to allow you to not only get in shape, but stay in shape. If you follow this and if you want more information, send me a message on Instagram. My Instagram will be below. I love helping out guys. I obviously am a coach. You don't have to come on board with me and get coaching. Just send me a message. I'm happy to help. I'm very passionate about this, as you can probably tell. But if you need any more information on any of these, just message me on Instagram and I can send you anyone that you want. This is going to be a game changer for you. This is going to allow you to get in shape, but stay in shape. Because anyone can get in shape, but not everyone can stay in shape. But now that will not be you. Let's go.